Primetime News welcomes you on the first Monday of June. Good evening, and thanks for joining me on a brand new week. I'm Selima Shumwefeleni Masipa. Health Matters lead the bulletin. Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, earlier today echoed World Health Organization Director General, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus' opening statement at the 76th World Health Assembly by noting the time to write a new chapter in the history book of global health, focusing on improving well-being and health income in the world population is now. Shangula made these remarks during a media briefing held at the ministerial building.
The Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, officially opened the assembly. In his opening statement, Dr. Tedros called on delegations to return to the Alma Ata Declaration of 1978, a landmark commitment to achieving health for all through primary health care by the year 2000. Regrettably, this vision was not achieved by the end of the 20th century, but it still remains the bedrock for achieving universal health coverage by the year 2030. As such, there is a need to reinvigorate focus on primary health care approach. He further emphasizes that the time is now to write a new chapter in the history book of global health, focusing on improved well-being and health outcomes for the world population. Additionally, the Director General called on member states to prioritize the attainment of the highest possible standard of health for all people, particularly the marginalized persons and persons with disabilities. He underscored the importance of engaging persons with disabilities and prioritizing their social inclusion.
Meanwhile, at the same media briefing, Dr. Shangula also noted a central theme of the 76th World Health Assembly is to achieve universal health coverage by 2030 in order to improve health for all in line with the Sustainable Development Goal on health and well-being of people. Let's have a listen.
The most common themes of the Assembly include the need to reorient health systems towards primary health care to achieve universal health coverage by 2030 in order to improve health for all in line with the Sustainable Development Goals on health and well-being. The Assembly also acknowledged the need to address mental health issues. Globally, it is noted that post-COVID-19, mental health issues have escalated. This highlights the need for member states to prioritize programs to improve the mental health of their populations, particularly the youth and the health workers, as well as to ensure and promote mental health in the workplace to improve productivity.
On to agricultural-related developments. The Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform earlier today received 10 off-road vehicles via a donation from the European Union and Germany through the German Development Bank under the Ministry's program for communal land development. Let's take a look at what transpired at the handover.
Transport has been identified as a missing link in the value chain, the agricultural value chain of producers. And I'm very happy that we could, through the very good cooperation that we had with all three partners, that is the EU, the German Embassy and the KfW, to agree that we have to have both hard infrastructure and operational components in this project. The intent is to bring the best benefits to the beneficiaries, and those are the prospective farmers who are now populating the PLCD farms. It is also not not a surprise that we managed to merge and leverage all the strength that the three partners had. The EU, through their wide range of expertise in development cooperation, the German Embassy, with all their facilities, that is the GIZ and the KfW, to help us in bringing this complex program together. So I'm very thankful for the, I think it's 10 vehicles that we are receiving. It's four-wheel driven vehicles. These areas are far-flung, far away. The terrain is difficult.
The Regional Disaster Risk Management Committee in the Kavango East region is calling on government to declare a state of emergency on drought in the region. Let's find out more from this report.
This is one of the recommendations the Regional Disaster Risk Management Committee made in a report submitted by the chairperson Damian Magabayi to the Office of the Prime Minister on Sunday following the death of 16 people due to the reported food poisoning at Kayova village last Saturday. According to Magabayi, the region is currently facing serious drought due to the lack of rain during the last rainy season, causing hunger among the majority of the rural households who depend on agricultural crop farming. He informed the news agency that the Namibia Vulnerable Assessment of 2023 did not target the primary affected areas, adding that the Diona constituency where the incident happened was not part of the primary sampling unit, resulting in the Kavango East findings not being accurate.
Your top roundup is up next. Welcome to the Primetime Business segment. We commence with corporate governance matters. Former Orongore Chief Executive Officer Feso Mbango today officially joined the Central North Regional Electricity Distributor, Senared, as its new CEO on a 5-year employment contract. The 48-year-old Mbango signed his contract at the Senared offices in Otjiwarongo, where its board chairperson, Moses Machai, announced his appointment. More from this insert.
Machai said, "We are excited to announce and introduce Mr. Mbango to the general public as the new Senared CEO with effect from today." Mbango was the technical executive for Orongore before becoming CEO at the same company in 2017 in the Orongo region. On his part, Mbango said he was joining Senared with a happy heart. Senared distributes electricity to the entire Otjiwarongo region, Kunene, Omaheke Rural, as well as parts of the Oshikoto region. The company, with a staff complement of 212 employees, had been without a permanent CEO since the departure of Robert Kahimise, who took up a similar position at the Electricity Control Board in April this year. Reporting for Primetime Biz, I'm Michael Madimba.
The Namibia Fish Consumption Promotion Trust and Sam Nujoma Marine and Coastal Resources Research Center of the University of Namibia are collaborating on a national survey to determine the per capita fish consumption at both regional and national levels.
Since then, there has been concerted effort by NFCPT and the private sector to have more fish sold and consumed locally. In recent years, there has been a narrative that the government and NFCPT have adopted that based on our projections, there has been an increase in fish consumption to 16.5 kg per person per year. Now, if that is true, then there has been tremendous improvement, because I think at the moment, especially Africa is averaging around 16 kg. So maybe we have caught up with Africa, but of course the rest of the world is at 20.4 or so kg per person per year. So we still have some ground to cover. Now, as I have already indicated, the outcome of the survey will not only inform us on the progress made, but will also assist NFCPT and possibly the private sector in planning and resource allocation, so that we employ targeted interventions in the region where the consumption of fish is lagging behind. Then I think this will also assist us to know which region maybe we can have more partner than the others, because you might find that some region have maybe more fish shops by the private sector than others, and I think the survey will be able to give us those informations.
This brings us to the end of our top news segment for tonight. Let's take a look at how the weather conditions are likely to pan out throughout the country in the weather forecast. Welcome to Sport Planet, the segment that unpacks all things sports for you. The Italian Serie A headlines tonight's slot. Emotions ran high at the San Siro on Sunday when Zlatan Ibrahimovic, also known as Ibra, announced his retirement after AC Milan's final match of the 2022-2023 season. The Swede, turning 42 in October, decided to depart Milan as his contract drew to a close. Before the kickoff on Sunday's game, the fans in the stands energetically chanted his name and displayed a banner reading "Goodbye," a sight that brought Ibra to tears. The Swedish veteran player, whose previous teams includes Malmo, Ajax, Juventus, Inter Milan, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United and LA Galaxy, began his second spell at Milanello in January 2020, making substantial impacts both and off the pitch. However, injuries beset the striker and limited him to just 4 appearances this season, during which he mostly made cameo appearances and scored only 1 goal. Karim Benzema will leave Real Madrid at the end of the season, the club confirmed on Sunday. The 35-year-old becomes the 4th player to leave the club at the end of the campaign after it was confirmed on Saturday that Marco Asensio, Mariano Diaz and Eden Hazard will not form part of the squad next season. Benzema joined the club at the age of 21 from Lyon and leaves after scoring 353 goals in 647 appearances, winning 25 trophies, including 5 UEFA Champions League and 4 La Liga titles. The destination of the current Ballon d'Or winner has not yet been confirmed, but it is thought Benzema has received a big offer to play in Saudi Arabia. In a statement published on the club's website, Real Madrid stated their gratitude and affection to a player who is one of their biggest legends. Stay tuned for the Sports Roundup. On that note, we've come to the end of the Monday newscast. Many thanks for tuning in. Do make a date with us again tomorrow for the Tuesday edition. From myself, Selima Shumwefeleni Masipa, and the entire crew behind the scenes, it's good night.